everyone. We have another DCooperation with very interesting guy. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on your interview.
So, how we can find you on Steam blockchain and where are you from?
I am from Canada. My parents are from the Middle East, but I've been living in China for about 4 years now. You can find me on the Steam blockchain at Kenan QHD, Kenan QHD.
Yeah, it's amazing. And how did you join Steam blockchain? How did you find it about it the first time?
Well, I had some friends that were talking about cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin before. And then there was somebody on that I follow on YouTube called Rules for Rebels. And he was talking about Bitcoin as well. And he got me into cryptocurrencies to the point where I was actually investing money in it. And then he made a video about Steam It. And he was talking about how you can earn money by posting blogs and things like that. And then it was something I was interested in because I already had blogs before. So I decided to make an account and just kind of upload or repost my old blogs just to see what would happen. And I was earning a little bit of money, but now that I'm kind of in the blockchain and involved in it, I've been having a lot more success and I've been dedicating a whole lot more time into this platform.
Yeah, it's amazing. And how did you start? Did you start directly by posts or by videos?
Well, I initially started just by posting blogs. Like I said before, I just had my old blog posts from my other website and just wanted to see if I could earn some extra money. But then I started to take Steam more seriously. So what would happen is when I would make YouTube videos, I would put my Steam It handle on the video, and that would basically confirm that this video was mine and it wasn't just some plagiarized video in it. Because, you know, a lot of people do that to try and get rewards. So I started doing that, and then once I uploaded a video about the end of the Great Wall of China, I saw that I got like a $70 upvote, which is something that I've never seen on my account before. I've never seen so much money on my account. And then I started finding out who did that, you know, who gave me this upvote. And then I learned about the curation trail. And it was, you know, from there on, I was like, you know what, I can really take this more seriously. I started putting more effort and time into my blog posts, and that, you know, I started to see success. But then over time, you know, the upvotes start to become more scarce because you have higher reputation and they're generally trying to help out people that have just started, right? So then I looked into DTube and I was like, you know what, I should join DTube. Initially, the site was really buggy, so I couldn't actually join it because it wasn't really working properly. But I was like, you know, I got to make some exclusive DTube videos and see what happens there. And there you go. I was able to smoothly transition into something new and while still earning, you know, a decent amount of money for my content.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You said that you have websites, yes?
Yes.
Do you know about Steam Press?
Steam Press, I've heard about it. I think, right, if you have a WordPress website, it'll automatically post it to the Steam blockchain.
Yeah, and by the way, they also have good delegation, about 1 million Steam power, and also they can support anything you post there.
Oh, wow, that's really cool though. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, you have to learn about it. Okay, the next question, what do you think about the whole system, Steam blockchain?
I think it's really cool. I think it's a great concept, you know, where you have basically, I mean, when you're talking about Bitcoin, you're talking about proof of work. So you need to invest a lot of money into the hardware in order to mine cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. But the concept here is delegated proof of stake. And you don't really need to invest in like hardware so much. And I think the concept of having coins generated automatically every day, and then everybody pretty much chooses who they can give that money to based on how much Steam they already hold. I thought that was a genius idea, and you know, a lot of people complain that there are too many large stakeholders and not, you know, it's not properly distributed. But for me, at least, I found that I can still find some success because I'm seeing every post as a learning experience. And when I was just working on myself and seeing, well, every post I do, I'm going to try and do something new. I'm going to try and learn from my mistakes. And that attitude, I think, has helped me a lot, to the point where I started from absolute zero. I didn't have help from pretty much anybody when I first started. And so I was able to actually build a following, and that people were interested in, and that's earning a decent amount of money. So I do like the concept. I think it's really cool, and there are some things that can be improved here and there with regards to communities, or maybe DTube is a little bit buggy, or perhaps the community itself can find ways that can offer more sustainable upvotes instead of just relying on 1 or 2 whales to upvote your post, and that would be responsible for like 99% of the money that you earn on the platform.
Yeah, we have to diversify our content and try to get in touch with the other whales, and it will be much better. Yeah, you're right. And about Steam, yes, it's about Steam blockchain. Yes, you are right. Also, that is like a revolution in the social media.
Yeah.
So let's move to you, and tell me, please, what are your skills and things that you do well in your life?
Well, for first thing is I'm a math, science, and business teacher in China. I've been doing that for about 4 years. So teaching is something that I have been developing over the years. It's something that I'm getting better at. With every class that I have, every new class, I feel like I can teach the material better. So teaching is a good skill to develop because it's transferable. And then it also helps you with communication in your videos as well, because my videos are basically educating people about China, and you've got to do it in a way that people will understand it and people will actually be able to follow along. And then when I'm not teaching, I'm usually shooting photos and videos, editing, learning how to edit and photos and videos as well, because I think that's a useful skill. I've stayed close to open source technology. I mean, I usually use Linux Mint, as my operating system, but just for the sake of this video, I had to log into my Windows operating system. And so these things I spend a lot of time in, just with my camera or editing photos and videos. So I'd say those are the top 3 things that I do.
Yeah, it's amazing. So talking about the open source, do you know about Utopian? Do you use it?
I know about Utopian. I have not used it, but I know it's to reward open source developers for contributing to some projects on whatever open source platforms there are. So I think it's a really cool idea. I think it's the first time where you can get monetized for open source software, as opposed to simply doing it for just for the community or something.
Yeah, but they accept not only developers, they accept everybody. You can do tutorials for them, suggestions, and I think if you learn about it, it would be good. If you know such stuff about open source, I'm not also good in it, because to be accepted in Utopian, it's a bit hard. You have to do the work perfectly.
Right. That's something that I'm going to check out as well. So Steam Press and Utopia, I'm going to find out if there's anything that I could do in that. That would be pretty cool to contribute, actually.
Yeah. Okay, the last question is about tips. What are tips that you can give to Steamians and YouTubers to grow?
Okay, first thing I would say is you have to make your content stand out in some way. For example, when most people, they post pictures to their post, they'll just drag the photo from their folder on their computer and drag it into their post, and it'll just make a generic sized photo, right? But what I did is I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to actually edit this photo in a way that it's going to make it look more presentable. So I would up the contrast or the saturation, but then I would also add like a border around the photo. So it gives it just a nice, more polished look. It doesn't look like I just simply dragged the photo and plopped it into a post. It looks like it belongs there, and it seamlessly connects with the rest of the content. I've done things like create custom arrows in my post, because on your HTML editor, there's no option for making like arrows that point like this or anything like that. So again, it's more interactive. It's not something that a lot of people do. And I think these efforts have actually paid off, because people notice my posts, and it gets noticed by Curie or whoever. And people, do see that it looks very polished, and that gives more encouragement for people to upvote your post. It doesn't just look like something you just kind of slap together, or it doesn't look like something where you're just like, oh, let me just casually write about this topic. And when people feel like you're just kind of rambling on about something, why would you deserve like $70 for that? It's just like you're just kind of letting out your mental chatter. So present it in a way that looks professional, polished, clean, and unique. And also, if you want to be successful on DTube, a lot of people, they're just taking their old YouTube videos and uploading it to DTube, which is the wrong approach, because DTube knows that people are doing this, and they're not just going to reward you for some old YouTube videos that you have. So my advice to you is, first, DTube or whatever platform, you just have make sure that they are the priority. They are the first platform. So DTube is the first platform to actually see this video. And then perhaps over a period of time, you then upload it to your YouTube. Not the other way around, because the DTube spends a lot of time curating content, and I'm sure part of their procedure is to check online to make sure that this isn't plagiarized and it's not just copied from your YouTube account. So that's very important as well. Make videos that are directed towards the DTube audience, and people will appreciate that a whole lot more than just, you can tell when somebody's kind of just copying, pasting stuff, and it doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, you're right. Very amazing and golden tips. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating in this interview. I appreciate that, and you are welcome to our community, DCooperation, and I hope we will make more interesting videos like this.
Sure. Thanks for having me. Take care.
Goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Goodbye.